Thanks to the support as a channel member, Shadowhawk19. Well, we've not won in our last 5 games, but somehow we're still in with a chance of finishing the top 3 to get the beneficial playoff qualification spots. Today, we try and do that, but really, what's the point? We're going to lose the playoffs anyway, because it's all going wrong. The one upside, I guess, is that we're not losing very much. We've only lost, in the league, we've lost 1 of the last 6. But we've only won 2 of those. And yeah, we are on a 5-match in all competitions. No winning run. This is what the league table looks like, though, with 2 games left to play. South Shields are already champions. Radcliffe are pretty much guaranteed to finish second. We're fighting it out with Chester in a competition to see who can be most pathetic in the run-in, looking at the form. But we are trying to battle out for 3rd place, which does give you that beneficial playoff 1 fewer game situation. It seems that neither us or Chester want it, but we play Spennymoor today, so maybe they want it. They're also in weird form. It's a weird run-in, and it's a weird run-in that we're going to have to do without our 2 best players because they are still injured. Casagrande is out for another 2 weeks. Whitaker, wherever he is, can anyone see Whitaker? Whitaker's out for another 2 weeks. So they're going to be back for the playoffs, fingers crossed, but they're not going to be involved in these final 2 matches of the season. At a push, we could inject them and get them into the Gloucester game. But honestly, what would be the point? The idea is keep them fit for the playoffs, and Gloucester might beat them anyway. But yeah, they should be back for the playoffs. So there is the chance for a happy ending for this season. But they are going to have to turn around a team that's in rotten form at this point. So it is Stacey in goal, a back four of Strachan, Canterville, Green and Robinson, White and a Gunley in midfield, Allen on the left, Griffiths on the right, Morton and Francis up top. That's a partnership that doesn't really work. But Tyrone Marsh is done. And yeah, we really need Terrell Whitaker. Not just back, we need him back and in the same goal-scoring form he was in immediately before he was injured. And he's been out a while. So for him to hit the ground running is going to be a tall order. But if he does, if they both come back, I mean, we've had match-winning performances from both of them repeatedly throughout the season. If they both come back and turn it on for the playoffs, we can but dream, I guess. Especially, and it makes it that much more important that we finish in the top 3. So if we finish in the top 3, the playoffs start like 4 days later as well. We missed that first round. So that gives the 2 of them that bit of extra time to get ready for that semi-final match, which would be at home if we finished 3rd. So we do get, it does start to look up a little bit after this run of matches, if everything goes to plan. If it doesn't, then yeah, if we lose here, we have to be away from home in the playoffs and we have to play a little bit sooner. Neither of them will be ready. And yeah, it'll be just a repeat of last year. And after all of the extra money that we've spent, all of the improvements we've made to the squad, we'll end up exactly where we were last year, getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs again. Right, let's do a corner. Let's show that we're ready to... we don't even beat the first man. Robinson, I've given him a contract for next season as well. I've extended his contract because... My coaches tell me he's a 4-star player, and I believe that means eventually he'll start looking like one. So he's one of the first names that's been tied down for next year at the moment. I hope I don't live to regret that. But yeah, I think surely he does come good eventually. I think it will help if he has a proper goalkeeper behind him, which he's never really had in a Bedford shirt. He's always been part of a defence that is a chaotic mess because of Flappy Magoo back there not able to catch a football. It's 0-0 at half-time. I mean, it's not the worst scoreline that we could have. I mean, we did see before neither us nor Spennymoor really seem to want to get into that place to challenge Chester, but it looks like Chester also not really bothered today either. It's such a weird who cares the least competition between the 3 of us. Frankly, we should just hand the promotion to Radcliffe, who clearly deserve it, and none of us should even play in the playoffs. But I guess we have to go through the motions. Can we do something? We've had 1 highlight in the entire match. I mean, I know for the meme, I'm talking about neither of us caring, but this is the most absurd, huge match I think I've ever seen in all my years playing Football Manager. Morton's tired. I mean, Terrell Whitaker's there. Oh, who let him? Has he passed a fitness test? What the hell? We're doing it. What's the worst that could happen? The season might really turn on its head from here. Terrell Whitaker is back in a Bedford shirt. I didn't even realise he was on the bench. Brooks going to come on in midfield. And then I'm tempted to go old school. There you go. We're going to go old school. We've got Marsh and Whitaker back together again. Let's see if we get a highlight out of it. We're not. We're going to lose, aren't we? And it's going to be... That is a proper long throw. We do manage to get it clear, but only as far as a Spennymoor player, and they are trying to get the ball back into the penalty area again, which, frankly, doesn't seem very sporting. We cleared it. That should be enough. Stacey, I mean, did put his hands above his head. Obviously, they got nowhere near the football, but he's learning. You can tell he's being coached, which is a benefit, I guess. Can we please get the ball to Whitaker and let him do a goal? That would really make me really happy. Right. Taylor's going to come on in midfield, and then we're going to bring on Gamble because he's a big boy. So Gamble comes on for Green because he might be a threat from a corner. We've got to go attacking, I think. I think we have to try and win the football match. So let's tell the match engine we are trying by going attacking and hope that it gives us an attacking highlight. I mean, Whitaker's on the pitch, I promise you. We've not seen him in a highlight because apparently we don't get highlights anymore. Right, it's the 89th minute. Gamble does win a header. Taylor. That's such a terrible pass from our club captain. I mean, what's he thinking there? Right, Robinson justifying his new contract. Robinson gets it back on this side. Crosses in. Marsh is there. Doesn't get near him. Taylor to Allen. Do a goal. Allen. Allen! I mean, it's an own goal and nobody cares because that could be huge for this football club. I mean, it had to be an own goal, didn't it? Oh, my word. There's Whitaker. Look, he is back. never mind the cast he's still got in his leg. That's none of your business. But we have scored a football goal, and it's such an important one. I mean, I don't know what Chester have done. We've been so focused on our match, we've not even been keeping up to date with what they're doing. So engrossed in all the highlights, but Chester also won, for goodness sake. They beat Kidderminster 1-0. And now we go into the final day where we face Gloucester, as Zealand would say, probably. They're going to want it more than us. They've got to win to get into the playoffs. We've got to win and hope Chester lose to give us a chance of getting into the nice version of the playoffs. Chester are playing Spennymoor, who we've just played in another battle of the teams who can't be bothered. What does the little green mean? Why are some of them green and some of them not? Interesting. No idea. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll meet you on the final day of the season where we might pull off an unlikely miracle. We've won a football match and Terrell Whitaker's alive. So going into the final game of the season, we have put Casagrande up onto the bench along with Whitaker just for that emotional boost of knowing that our boys are so close to being back. Neither of them fit to start. They did both pass fitness tests, but they're just not fit enough to start. So they are going to sit down there on the bench, and the first sign of a dropped cross or a flap, and Casagrande comes on, and Whitaker obviously is going to come on in that second half. The rest of the team, as you would expect, Stacey in goal, back for Strachan, Canterville, Green and Robinson, White and a Gunlay in midfield, Allen and Griffiths supporting Morton and Francis. We must win, and we must hope that Chester lose to Spennymoor, in which case we finish in third and the playoffs look a lot more attractive than they did at the start of the episode when I was convinced everything was going wrong. I might be starting to believe again, which I know is a dangerous situation to be in, but I'm a man of danger. I'm willing to believe for the next 5 or 10 minutes, as long as the game doesn't turn on me again like a monster. We've got a free kick to defend here, and worryingly, it's gone to the third dimension to show us this, and Stacey is in goal. Get Casagrande on now, because I think they're about to score a goal from this. They wouldn't show it if they weren't going to score. They're making a substitution. We must have properly clattered the guy who got fouled here, and It's hit the crossbar and comes back in and ends up going over, and we get away with it. But we have forced them to make a change with our rough behaviour. And now Stacey is holding the ball with both of his hands. You do not need to adjust your set. That is actually what's happening. He has decided he's up for the playoffs too. Bless him. There's not a chance he's playing in them. But, it's nice to know that he wants to be involved in his final game in a Bedford shirt. Oh, my word. Right. To corner. I mean, we're good at defending these probably. Right. We need to see what's going on in the Chester game. So Chester are winning 2-0 against Spennymoor. So it doesn't really matter what we do now, unless Spennymoor have a huge turnaround. And we've just watched them do 90 minutes of being afraid to shoot against us. So I don't think there's much chance of a turnaround. But I mean, if for nothing else, I think if we can go into the playoffs on back-to-back wins against a bunch of teams that we know are not in form, Spennymoor, consecutive defeats, Kidderminster lost against Chester in the last match, and that's who we'd play as things stand. So, I mean, if we can win, we can believe a little bit, maybe. Do I bring Casagrande on with 20 minutes to go just to get some fitness back? Is that how you get a goalkeeper match fit again? Is that a terrible idea? I mean, Stacey's done nothing wrong. He's on a clean sheet. He's not dropped a cross yet. Obviously he will, but he hasn't dropped one yet. This would be back-to-back clean sheets for him. And I'm still talking about how he's the cause of every problem we've ever had, which he kind of is. White, with the free kick, floating it in towards Green. It falls to Francis, who gives it to Alan, and now White, and Alan's in again. Crosses to Morton, and Callum Morton's there. He is a very important man, and he's just scored a very important goal, which, yes, it's probably not going to get us into the top three, but it gives us a little bit of momentum. We've all played enough morale manager over the years. I'm so emotional, I'm getting choked up. We've all played enough morale manager over the years to know how important it is to go into the playoffs off the back of a couple of wins. And we might I hate him. We might just be able to do it. Right, Stacey, what is he doing? Gives it to Canaville. Canaville does what a no-nonsense defender's supposed to do. No nonsense. But they are slicing through our middle here. Nobody seems to want to get a tackle in. Stacey's made a save. Always rated him as a goalkeeper. Very adequate backup. Never lets us down. Green with a very useful tackle as well. Trying to release Francis. I forgot who was playing up front for us there. We've had so many options during the Whittaker injury that I forget which failure's currently up there. Right, it is Gloucester on the attack again, and once again, I mean, in his defence that time, I have told him to just stand on his line and make saves. He did get half of that right. Rather than him coming for the cross and flapping at it, he's just kind of stood there. He did forget to do the second part, but he's coachable. Bless him. He is coachable. Right, 20 minutes to go. The boys are coming on. Casagrande coming on in goal. Whittaker coming on up front. I think we're going to bring him on for Griffiths and put Francis out onto that right-hand side. And then who else have we got on the bench? Walker is going to come on for, Alan's played well, actually. That's a little harsh. We'll bring on Brooke in midfield. The midfield needs freshening up. And I think we won't go attacking. We're away from home. It's better to draw than lose. It's not really momentum-y, is it? But I don't want to go mad and then lose the match when a draw, at least it's a long unbeaten run as it currently stands. There's only one win as part of it, but I don't know what makes these idiots happy. Right, Brooke out to Alan. Whittaker is in the middle. I'd love a goal from Whittaker to show that he's got some sharpness going into the playoffs. Oh, he got a touch on it there. Is that a penalty? We're appealing for a penalty. We have got a penalty. Whittaker wins the penalty and now steps up to take the penalty. And we could get a return to the good times with a Terrell Whittaker goal. Come on, we're back, boys and girls. It's Gloucester 1, Bedford 2. Terrell Whittaker is back on the score sheet. And that's his 50th goal for Bedford? Or it can't be his 50th goal for us, can it? I guess it could have been. Was it his 50th of his career? We are in season 2 and he's been a consistent goal scorer throughout. So I guess I guess that could be his 50th goal for us. We obviously can't tell from in-game. That would be too easy. Casagrande's anxious because of his match fitness. Justifiably so. Reminder, he has got a broken arm and we brought him on to play in goal. It'll be fine. Right, we're going to bring Taylor on in midfield. Swap those two over. Actually, no, we'll leave them the way around they were. That was the correct way for them to be. And then I don't really want to make it. I guess Gamble can come on. Gamble can come on. Green can go to right back. I didn't really want to mess with the attack that is actually working again. Whittaker's come on. He's got himself a goal. All is right with the world again. Goodness me. Right. Just give me the final whistle now. There is Casagrande, arm in a sling, as you can see. Oh, for goodness sake. It's catching. Maybe he couldn't just catch them with one hand, because I think he's tried to there. Yeah. I mean, welcome back. I mean, he's still on a 7.1 with an injury. Hopefully he's just not made the injury worse, because this silliness could cause us huge problems now, because we are going to have to play in the playoffs in just a couple of days' time. And if he's now injured, unless Chester threw it away, they didn't. We finished 4 points behind them in the end. So I thought that was Morton. I was like, oh, surely not. Right. How do we find out? Do we have to continue to see who we're going to play? Southport. Can we see there we go. So we're playing Southport, and then if we beat Southport, we get Chester. So how have we done against Southport? Southport, presumably, who finished 7th, I think. I think that's how it works. So, yeah, Southport finished 7th and are in just as rubbish form as everybody else. I mean, look at the bunch of clowns. It's going to be a Radcliffe-Chester final because they're the only two remotely close to good form, and neither of them have won their last 2 games. Although this goes in reverse, doesn't it? Because we won there. So they've each won their last 3 in a row, actually. They're in quite good form. Right, playoffs tomorrow. What could possibly go wrong? If you enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.